everyone, it's Dina Calmetti here, and I have another breaking news report. Apparently, Iran has launched a second wave of retaliation strikes against U.S. assets in Iraq. At 3:30 a.m. local time, the second wave of Iranian missile attacks on the U.S. bases were launched, according to a news outlet. The Pentagon has confirmed earlier that more than a dozen Iranian ballistic missiles have been fired on U.S. bases, including the Al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq, vowing to take necessary measures to protect the American personnel in the region. Several additional missiles were reportedly fired on another U.S. facility near the city of Erbil, according to a Pentagon spokesman. The IRGC has once again warned allies in the U.S. against getting involved in their operation, dubbed Martyr Soleimani, and have threatened possible retaliation. According to the Tasman News Agency, the Pentagon stated that in recent days, and in response to Iranian threats and actions, the Department of Defense has taken all appropriate measures to safeguard our personnel and partners. These bases have been on high alert due to the indications that the Iranian regime plan to attack our forces and interests in the region. As we evaluate the situation and our response, we will take all necessary measures to protect and defend U.S. personnel, partners, and allies in the region. So things are obviously at a boiling point right now. And as always, I'll continue to follow these reports and bring you updates. Please.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth and sincerity. And shalom to the brothers across the globe preaching His word. And as you can see, a second wave of missiles has been fired against the U.S. targets in Iraq. And a few days ago, it was the first wave of missiles fired, towards the U.S. Targets. But this is the book of Luke 21, verse 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. And these are the times we're in, wars and rumors of wars, and times of being circumspect for the persecution of Yahweh Shah's name. And the prophecies is jumping, and it's getting hot. And an earthquake just hit Puerto Rico 2 days straight, On Monday, it was a 5.8 magnitude, and this morning, Tuesday morning, it was a 6.4 magnitude. So it got worse today. And the Iranians singing death to America and teaming up with Russia now, and burning the American flag. And on the other hand, you got the Department of Homeland Security. They issued a new terror advisory, because of the attack on the guy in Iran, which is utterly gonna bring which is ultimately gonna bring martial law and the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, some way or another. But it's not the end yet. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, right? So the end is for an appointed time, but we got to wait for it. We got to have patience in this truth. It's too close to the end to be falling out when you see the prophecies come to pass in an exciting way, But we use the scriptures for comfort also, in these times that we're in. As it says in Romans chapter 15, verse 4, and it reads, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, and we hope that we are part of His elect. We hope we will be covered in these times. We hope we be delivered at the end. And you Jakes mocking and scoffing, you just don't know what's about to happen to you and America. You know, y'all ain't seeking the Lord and repenting. Instead, y'all making memes and videos for likes and stuff. When they cut this internet, then what y'all gonna do? When you get drafted for real, what you gonna do? When they put us in the dark, what you gonna do? Stop being simple and repent. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and come back to your power to be protected in these bad times. And with that being said, I want to say shalom.